Hi, it's a change of scenery. How nice. Today I want to talk about my most embarrassing stories from my life, I guess. And one of the most embarrassing things that happens to me, and not even just like a particular story, is that sometimes the words I'm thinking will just bypass my thought process and go straight out my mouth. I don't know why I do this. Does anybody else do this? I don't know. But it's kind of ridiculous because I know it's not a socially appropriate thing to say. I know that I probably shouldn't say what I say, but it just kind of, it just bypasses my thought process, and it just, you think you'd think, maybe this isn't socially appropriate. Like, no, it just spills right on out. Like, that is 100 different kinds of ridiculous to me. I remember one time I was with my friend, and we were sitting in the cafeteria in the morning because at our school we just kind of conversed there in the morning. And we were talking about our plans for the weekend, and I had invited her over, and as far as I knew, she was coming over. But for some reason, my brain just decided to tell her that she was my best friend right in that moment when we were making plans. I was like, "So you gonna come over this weekend?" She said, "Yeah." And I was like, "You're my best friend." And she was kind of taken surprised by it because I don't think she's ever heard me do that before. But it was just so weird. She was like, "What?" And I didn't know how to respond. But like, what response could I possibly add to that wasn't complete babbling nonsense? Another embarrassing moment that doesn't really involve the whole blah blah thing where I just talk without thinking. It happened in school, and like any other normal day, I was just walking along in the hallways, my feet tapping against those dumb tile floors that are only in school. And my bag, the way I have my bags is like a shoulder thing, like you guys have seen those before. But I had my bag, and I noticed that there was some wear and tear on the little hinges that actually connected the strap to the bag. But I was like, oh well, whatever. I mean, I'll just keep going anyways. So I was walking along the hallway, and it just snapped, and all of my stuff fell onto the floor. So I had no other rational response than to drop on my knees and start collecting everything because I wasn't just going to leave it there. And so a few people helped me, blah blah blah, and I continued on my way. So I was like, okay, this isn't a big deal, just a little red in the face, a little blush. I know humility, it's not that big a deal. So I kept walking, and I was going to go to lunch because right after that class I had lunch. So I had everything swaddled in my arms, the bag still kind of falling apart because it is like, it was like 4 years old at the time, maybe 3. So it was pretty old for a bag, especially a messenger bag like that. And I was carrying it along, and I was wearing tennis shoes that day. And unfortunately, I had not tied my tennis shoes correctly. So the strings were just like, haha, let's float around Katie's feet. And I didn't know that was happening. And they decided to get under the other shoe and cause me to trip myself. So for the second time that day, I was on the floor. This time through no fault of my own. No, it may have been a little bit, but not much. And I had just fallen face flat onto the floor. My face was in my book bag, and my book bag had scattered the stuff again. And most of the people that were in the hallway there had traveled with me like a little herd into near the cafeteria. And so everybody was like, wow, the second time today. Second time in 30 seconds. Not 30 seconds. Second time in 5 minutes that I fell. And I had a couple of bruises on my knees, and I think I had a bruise like on my shoulder where I was just like, oh, and I fell. And yeah, that's that embarrassing story. Never again will I underestimate the strength that I have to have in my strap to bag things. I can't have some shabby sewing on those. They have to be good. So I didn't trash that bag. I think I fixed it, or my mom did. I don't know. But it was just awful. One of the most embarrassing experiences of my life. I'm sure it won't be the last, though. I'm sure that something just as bad or more bad, embarrassment-wise, will happen to me. I'll just be thankful that kind of scenario was the most embarrassing thing to happen to me. Because I know it could be something dumb, like having somebody walk in on me in the bathroom. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like if you like this video to see more. I will be back next time.